Love Overcomes Prejudice. It was supposed to be a dream, meeting Maya's family, the people who made her the incredible woman I loved. I'd imagined warm smiles, maybe a few awkward jokes, the usual getting-to-know-you stuff. I hadn't pictured the ice. From the moment I walked into their elegant home, I felt it. It wasn't anything explicit, not at first, just subtle shifts in tone. The way her mother's smile didn't quite reach her eyes, the almost imperceptible hesitation in her father's handshake. But it was there, a cold undercurrent that spoke volumes. As the evening progressed, it became less subtle. Her uncle made a joke about my neighborhood, the kind of joke that wasn't really a joke. Her grandmother asked pointed questions about my education, my family background, her voice laced with thinly veiled skepticism. With every interaction, the unspoken message grew louder. You're not good enough for her. Maya tried her best, her hand finding mine under the table, her eyes filled with a mixture of apology and defiance. But I could see the strain on her face, the way she seemed to shrink under their disapproval. The worst came later, after dinner. Her father cornered me in his study, the room filled with leather-bound books and the scent of old money. He didn't mince words. Maya is special, he said, his gaze sweeping over me like I was a specimen under a microscope. Her future is bright, and we have certain expectations. I met his gaze, my anger simmering beneath a thin veneer of politeness. And you don't think I fit into those expectations? He didn't need to answer. His silence was deafening. That night, Maya and I had our first real fight. I was hurt, furious, ready to walk away. I can't do this, I said, my voice raw with emotion. I can't keep trying to prove myself to people who've already made up their minds about me. Maya was torn. She loved her family, but she also loved me. Please, she begged, tears streaming down her face. Don't let them do this to us. They'll come around, I know they will, but would they? And at what cost? Was I willing to sacrifice my pride, my sense of self-worth, for a love that came with so many conditions? The next few days were a blur of heartache and uncertainty. I didn't know if we could survive this. It felt like we were caught in a tug-of-war, with her family on one side and our love on the other. Then, Maya made a choice. She stood before her parents, her voice trembling but firm. I love him, she said, her eyes blazing with a fierce determination. And I'm not going to let your prejudices dictate my life. If you can't accept him, then you're going to have to accept that you might lose me. It was a turning point. Her words hung in the air, heavy with the weight of their implications. Her parents were stunned, speechless. They had never seen this side of her before, this unwavering strength. In the end, they didn't magically transform into accepting, open-minded people overnight. It was a slow, gradual process. But they did start to try. They made an effort to get to know me, to see past the color of my skin, and Maya and I, we made it through. Our love, tested by fire, emerged stronger and more resilient than before. We learned a valuable lesson, that love isn't blind, but it can be colorblind. That family isn't always defined by blood, but by acceptance and unwavering support. And that sometimes the greatest victory isn't changing other people, but having the courage to choose your own path, regardless of the obstacles.